basketball. I didn't play. Thanks, you guys, for coming out. Two things I want to say first to start. You see everyone is wearing the Juju Next Gen collaboration with LeBron. Just a really special day yesterday for the whole team to be part of her shoe release in Watts. Obviously it's been just an incredible journey here with Juju and her family and, her team at Nike and agency and stuff. To have something be a first for women's college basketball, like we're really proud of that for her, for us, and just the authenticity to what she said she wanted to do, which was impact the community. So it was cool to be 1-0 in the shoes, and everyone wore them. That was really special, I think, for all of us. It's certainly not our end point, but it's a point in time that everyone can recognize is very unique and really cool. I think Juju felt the support of her team and the little extra push it gave the team. Secondly, I want to credit Indiana, to come out here and not have the conference's leading scorer, and to come out and play the way they did. Coach Terry's a great coach. Their kids played their tails off. They obviously, had us on our heels initially, but I'm proud of the way we competed. I'm proud of our fight. I'm proud that we got to the free throw line and we're kind of, tough where we needed to be when shots weren't falling, and just the growth we see in the team and our confidence to get it done, even if it's not always the prettiest, is something that we're proud of, and we'll take, the bye weekend and get better.
Hey, Lindsay, you guys had lost 6 of 7 and then have now won 5 in a row, your longest winning streak of the season. What would you say is the biggest difference in this team now than maybe in the midst of that losing streak?
It was after our practice in Michigan that I talked to you, right, that time. And I said we had a meeting at Michigan State that, I know people on the outside, like, you have to look at the results. Like, you have to go by that, right? We were without Ken for a couple games, and that was bookended by, UCLA and a road trip to Michigan. So it's no excuses. We want to win every game. But we knew that there was just a lot going on, and we had to focus on getting better and make no excuses and take no shortcuts. And I thought, you don't all of a sudden win games and so, now we're playing well. You do the right things, and then you start playing better. And I thought that, we took accountability, fought to get better. We've gotten people in rhythm together. I've always thought the growth potential of this team would be really big. And I think, we're clicking now more because of the way we handled a losing streak. And now, the chance is in front of us to continue to play our best basketball. And, I think we're in a position to do all the things we set out to do. Like, I'm trying not to look at rankings and this and seedings, but we're as good and set up as any team outside, maybe the top group, to get a great seed and all those things. And we just want to keep getting better and commit to the process that's gotten us now on a winning streak.
Hi, ladies. Congratulations on the win, and also congratulations. I think you got Player of the Week last week, and also for you as well. I saw you got nominated. My question is for all of you. I know Juju's shoe is called Silver Lining. Where have you found the silver lining so far this season, just going through?
Yeah, I can answer that. For sure, exactly what Coach Lindsay said was, even through the losses, we were able to figure out things within our team, build connections with each other on the floor and off the floor. And I think that's been like the silver lining through this whole season.
I would add, just on the silver lining thing, for me, no one would have ever chosen for that kid to get hurt, right? But the growth in her, speaking about Juju, has been phenomenal. And I do think there will be a time where she looks back and says, well, no one wants an injury, but look at how much I've grown. And for our team, right, the way that it's, put us in positions to grow and be about, all the right things this year. And I mean, Kate, like I've said it before, Katie's relationship with Jazzy and Jazzy's relationship with, the team and our growing together, like, those things are significant. They really matter. And I just think sometimes you start out, and you start, your season, your career here, and sometimes you got to figure it out. And I'm really proud of the fact that as we're figuring it out, we're all getting better and growing, and it's cool to be a part of that, even though you always choose wins. But if not, this has been really neat to see it, come together, and we're not there yet, but that's a silver lining for sure.
Hey, Coach Lindsay, ladies, good job tonight. Laura Williams, 9 rebounds. She's getting extensive minutes now. Undersized posts. What is it about her that you've seen improvement on, and why she's getting all these extended minutes now? Yeah,
I mean, she's a phenomenal athlete, right? She's maybe undersized in height, but her arms are really long. So she gives us rim protection. She gives us offensive rebounding. We trust our group of bigs, right? So that's where it's kind of been like we've been going with different people and then, rolling with whoever's being, the most effective at that time. But I think with the more extended minutes, like Laura's getting more and more comfortable with what she's really good at, what she's supposed to do, right? She's a redshirt freshman. These are her first college games of extended minutes, so her growth has been really tremendous. And again, as I think the rest of the team has kind of come together and everyone's feeling a little more comfortable, it then allows our fives to come in and really do their job. And we know how effective they can be. And she was just an absolute beast on the offensive boards tonight.
Hi, Coach. Speaking of coming in and doing your job, can you talk a little bit about Malia's defense tonight, specifically at the end of the game, what it means to be able to pull her off the bench and have her come in and run around in circles around people?
Yep. I mean, I just, there aren't too many great teams who only go with their starters, right? Like, and we've talked about just having different, people who can start, step in off the bench, and know what their role is and do it really well. And we hold Malia to a really high standard. Like, we know what she's capable of. We know who she is as a person. We know who she is as a player. So, we don't want to ever let that slip. We don't let her slip there. And I thought she was on point tonight with, distributing the ball. 3 assists, no turnovers. Like, obviously, she changes the game defensively. She got to the free throw line. I thought, all around, she just came in and did what we know she's entirely capable of doing and did it at a really high level.
Third consecutive 20-plus point game for Jazzy. What's gone into this growth here, and how much does it elevate this team when she's playing at this level?
I mean, just she makes kind of ridiculous stats look fairly ordinary for her, and they're not ordinary, right? Like 24, 6, 3 assists, 3 steals, couple of blocks, like just her impact on both ends of the floor. To be a freshman, I mean, talk about over-delivering, right? To be a freshman and carry the load that she carries for us and continue to grow, like, the numbers are really showing it, but we've seen for a long time that she's just capable of doing almost anything on a basketball court, right? Making, passes to other people, like Katie and Ken, like that they have a really ability to find each other, whoever it is, right? And she plays both sides of the ball. She's unique. I know there's, like, several good freshman in the country. We know how good she is. We see it every day. We think she's, there's no one better. And to see now how it's impacting winning and impacting her teammates and allowing everyone to be at their best, it's just, she's a really special player, and her ability to impact the game in all ways.
Jazzy, kind of piggybacking off of that, what do you feel like has clicked for you of late? And is it just a matter of maybe feeling more comfortable, more confident as the season has gone on?
Yeah, I think it's really just been comfortability for me. The support of my teammates and coaches just puts all the confidence in me, and I'm just really grateful for that. So.
Lindsay, you talked a few times about the relationship between, Kara and Jazzy, their friendship, almost like a sisterhood. Even though they're at 2 very different points in their careers, what do you think has kind of allowed them to mesh?
Yeah. Well, I think maybe because they're at very different points of their careers, you never quite know, like, you always do research with, like, transfers, especially older transfers. I mean, the data was there on KD as a player, right? Her ability to be really good at a high level. And obviously we do our research and getting to know people, and their family and who they are. But you never know quite how they're going to be in adversity and all that. And I've said this before, we would be nowhere without KD. Her leadership, her playmaking, her ability to pour into others and not have it take away from her own confidence, like, I think you get a unique thing when you have a senior, and a freshman who can connect because they're for each other and they're for the team. I thought, Mackenzie Forbes and Juju had a really kind of special relationship there, and it allows both, kind of people to grow. And when you are at different points in your career, you need different things from other people, and you can give different things. And I just think, it's been really neat to see our entire team buy into the whole and in the ways that they can. But yeah, I mean, I just, I've said it before, we'd be nowhere without Katie's leadership, and it's been really important.
Ladies, this is for both of you. The game was so tight. You guys were everywhere all the time. But it did get tight in the fourth quarter late. Was there a mind shift for you to really lock in? And what was that mind shift? And what was the communication between you two?
Sure. I just think our grittiness really showed in the fourth quarter there. I think none of us want to lose. And when we're stubborn like that and we don't want to lose, we're going to do everything we can to win. So just locking down, doing everything we can to get it done.
Thank you.
Thank you.